strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Commercial real estate is in a commercial meltdown, and it might take some of your favorite stores along for the ride. Well, it is. We're going to look at some today, right in my own backyard. Insanity, the stuff that we continue to have to blow the lid off as we raise awareness, ring the bell, sound the alarm, read between the lines, look between the cracks, and let people know. The biggest artificially created economy and real estate bubble ever produced artificially in world history is having its blowback, its reverse course, and we're seeing it, aren't we? The elephant in the room. How many for lease signs do you see around your area? I mean, my gosh, and I see them constantly. But not only constantly, for years now. I mean, these empty commercial spaces, sucking air, crickets. Nobody willing to pull the trigger on it. Well, today we're going to take a look at one of the malls in my backyard. We're going to take a look at one of the massive stores there that's on life support. We're going to take a look at some smaller shops that are hanging on by their fingernails. These people are running on fumes. I mean, it's just a matter of time before everything goes sideways. You see, as the air gets let out of the economic boom that was built on stimulus money, measures, and programs that clearly couldn't sustain itself from the start. Unfortunately, many people thought it would. Many people still do. Many people unaware of what we're talking about today. They don't understand booms and busts, cycles in the economy and the markets. And the markets got flooded with free money. It was a casino climate. Let's just cut to the chase. It was a casino climate. So today what we're seeing is the blowback from a casino climate and a very unhealthy economy. Now it's on life support. Like I said, the patient is in the ICU. If we're being quite frank here, the patient is in ICU on life support right now. So today we're going to take a look. Some of your favorite retailers will be filing for bankruptcy. We've talked about Bed Bath & Beyond. We're seeing the layoffs take place all across the board with some of your biggest favorite companies. We've talked about the first time in Amazon's history, the biggest company in the world doing layoffs during the holidays. That's not a good temperature check. Closing down facilities. Everybody's in massive trouble. Yet, I don't know what it is. I don't know if the governing bodies that we have are limiting what type of information is being allowed to be digested by the masses because we don't want to create fear and panic. I mean, or they're just sugarcoating them. And the realities are, friends, I mean, for us here at the channel, and if you're new, subscribe right away. We've always known that anytime there's a boom, it's always followed with a bust, and specifically the U.S. housing market. Every time they've exhibited bubble behavior, they've in fact popped. So this time should be no different. In fact, it's probably the riskiest bubble we've ever seen in history because of the fact it was artificially created through making realtors essential workers in a health crisis, sending them out to sell homes, normalizing it, and then not raising interest rates the second it started to exhibit bubble behavior. They kicked the can down the road. Now it's having a ripple effect into the rest of the economy. I've talked about this before. You lose the U.S. housing market, you will lose everything. We're at the front end of exactly that happening. So that ripple effect is in fact trickling in into the health and the fitness of our economy. So today we're going to jump outside, take a little walk around, then we'll meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started. Let's take a walk around this beautiful mall here in Southern California, in one of the richest cities in the nation. And here you go. Buy now, pay later. That's what we're resorting to now, to do anything to try to get some business in these malls. And here you go. A Talbot's doing a clearance sale, 60% off. And that seems to be the theme of every single store all over the mall, if they're even open at all. Here we go. Love churches. Good to see a church, but not typically what you would see in a mall. But if you're desperate for tenants, anything goes. Move them in. Bring life to the building. And here we go. A restaurant. Lights are on, but nobody's home. Closed down, on life support, couldn't hang. The patient had to be taken off. Now let's make our way into one of the biggest department stores in the mall. In fact, the only department store in the mall, a mega department store, massive, empty, ghost town, crickets, just to keep the lights on in this store and heated has to be astronomical. How can you do it with no customers? This is absolute insanity. And we haven't even talked about the staffing necessary. Every single department, 3 floors of it, has to have a staff member, an employee at that department. And there are multiple departments all over this store: men's, women's, infant, shoes, jewelry, you name it. It's all over. I was shocked. I saw employees just standing there playing on their phones with nothing to do. How can anybody survive in this environment? This is a massive, massive problem. The other thing I noticed, every single department, whether it was men's, women's, infants, toys, furnishings, you name it, appliances, every single department had some kind of liquidation sale, clearance sale, 60, 75% off section in every single department. They are just bursting at the seams with merchandise, and none of it is flying off the shelves, just sitting here empty. Here you go. Top floor, main level, ground level, all sucking air, and an employee on every single floor in every single department with not much to do. It was hard to even find any customers. I almost felt weird having my camera out, as the employees had to have known that what I was filming wasn't necessarily rainbows and sunshine, a good thing. You could see the look on their face, like they didn't know if they had job security or not. A very shocking scene right here in America, and one of America's most richest cities, and one of America's biggest retailers, on complete life support. And the people that are in there, they're not standing at the cash register. They're just looking around, browsing through stuff, probably like me, just wanted to take a walk and get out and just take a look around, just go see some stuff. I don't know how much longer this store can keep their doors open for looky-loos to come meandering through. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there's just a little temperature check of what's going on with some of our retailers around America, if not around the world. This is in one of the richest cities in the world. This is the last city that should be suffering from blowback. You got wealthy people, and I've always talked about this, the psychology of people, the psychology of sales. What do people do when there's whispers of a recession, even if they have money? They recess. It's what we all do. It's herd mentality. I always like to use the illustration of the gas stations, one on each corner. One has cheap gas, one has the brand name, more expensive gas. The people will line up for that cheap gas, even if they're only saving $2 on a tank of gas. And they'll wait an extra hour and go through pain and frustration to do it. That's not going to say, if you're trying to save $2 a gallon on a tank of gas, you're already in trouble. But that's what we talk about when it's herd mentality. So when you see people recessing, even at the front end of a recession, can you imagine what's going to happen when we're going to get knee deep in a recession? Well, I'll tell you what. Some of the stores we looked at today will be paper in the windows with for lease signs on them. A lot of these stores, I know because I'm in real estate, what they're offering these people, and we've talked about this, really like not your typical retailer in there anymore. They're just anybody that will come in and occupy that space. Even if they have to give them free rent, they're usually doing performance-based rent, not flat rate or per month, rates on these spaces. They're like, just show us your sales and give us a percentage. We need somebody in here so we're not having empty stores, so we can attract other people into the strip mall as well. I mean, this is it's a very serious time. But raising awareness, ringing the bell, sounding the alarm, understanding, acknowledging the elephant in the room, not being a deer in the headlights if and when as it plays out, it's going to let us operate more efficiently. Most people don't have any idea what we're talking about today. They will be caught off guard by this one. It'll be too late for many. We're going to continue to raise awareness, ring the bell, and sound the alarm every chance we get. And final thoughts, I do come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life, understanding this is the look of America now. It's on life support. The patient is in ICU. I'm not sure we can save this one. Personally, I just believe that we're probably headed for a pretty big recession. Now, I hope to be wrong. But at minimum, if we could, insulate ourselves, save money, get out of debt, do some things to get ready for the potential of that, I don't think we're hurting anybody. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I'm going to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.